Yes, good morning to everyone. So my name is Sheikh Mehboob Basha and I am physics faculty here. I think so you know me. Already we have taken some bridge classes, no? Yes. See students, from today onwards, we will start discussion on basic mathematics used in physics. See, these basic mathematics are the tools to solve the problems in physics and to understand the concepts of physics. If you are not having clear and particular idea about these basic mathematics, it will be difficult for you. It will be difficult for you to understand the concept and it will be difficult for you to solve the problems. Okay, so that's why each and everyone you should have concentration on this topic and you should get a good grip on this basic mathematics topics whatever I'll teach today. Means from today onwards. Yeah, see, in this basic mathematics we will cover trigonometry, second geometry, formulas of all geometry, means what is the area of a circle, rectangle, square, these all things. Okay, volume. Okay, sphere, what is the surface area, what will be the volume of the sphere, these all things we will discuss. Okay students, and thereafter algebra we'll discuss. See, if we are having one equation ax square plus bx plus c, how to solve, how to get the roots of that equation. Yes, these all things are useful everywhere, you will get in physics this type of formulas. Okay, and after this, very an important thing in physics is differentiation and integrations. Yes, this is the new topic for you. Till now you have somewhat idea about trigonometry, geometry and algebra, but you didn't have idea about what is differentiation and how to use the formulas, and what is integration, how to use formulas. Okay, and next one more thing about vectors also we will discuss. Scalar product and vector product, these all things we will discuss now in this basic mathematics used in physics topic. In the topic we will discuss these all points. What are the things we will discuss? First one is trigonometry, second one is geometry, third one is algebraic equations, next differentiation, next integration. Okay, and sixth one is about vectors we will discuss. Clear? I think so you got clear idea what we are going to discuss. Clear students? Yes, now so basic mathematics used in physics. Yes students, if you are having very good grip on this basic mathematics concept, then you can solve the problems within seconds. Okay, yeah. So first topic I am taking about trigonometry. Okay, yes, the name itself indicates trigonometry. Metry means measurements, angles measurements means how to measure angles. These are things we will discuss in this topic. Okay, yes. So in the trigonometry, first important point we need to discuss about angle. Yes, what is angle? Do you have idea on this angle? Yeah, I will explain you. See students, let us suppose this is one Cartesian coordinate plane. Let us imagine this is the origin and this is x-axis and this is y-axis. Imagine that I have taken this xy plane here, and this board, this part is xy plane. Okay, now in this, let us suppose we are having one line. Yes, this duster whatever I have kept here, it is, imagine it is one line. Okay. Now imagine that this line is revolving around this point O. Okay. Yes. About this point O, this my finger, it is revolving. Let us suppose. Okay. Now, how much this line is revolving? Video is not clear. Okay. So students, I'll send you recorded video also. If it is not clear here, you can see that recorded video in YouTube. I'll send that link also. I'll send in your WhatsApp group. And I think so it may be due to network problem, either my side or your side. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So what I'm saying, let us imagine we are having one line. Let us imagine we are having one line. And if this line is rotating, if this line is revolving or rotating about this point O, and how much revolution it has made, that we will measure by using angles. Okay. Let us suppose with this x-axis, one line has rotated. Let us imagine that line is OP, let us call. OP is one line, or if you give one arrow mark, you can say it as a vector. Okay. OP vector is revolving around this point O. Okay. Now, how much it has revolved? That we will measure with angles. So, magnitude of revolution of one rotating line about one fixed reference axis is called as angle. Okay. Yeah. Definition is not required. Definition is not important. Okay. Yeah. So this is angle, and angles we will indicate with letter theta. Got it, students? Yes. Now, see these angles we will measure in terms of degrees and radians. Angles we will measure in terms of degrees and radians. Radians. I think so, you know. See, this radian is the SI unit of angle, Nana. You know, I think so, you know about what is SI unit, Standard International Unit. Okay. Are you getting? Yes. What is angle means? How much revolution one rotating vector has made with fixed reference line, that we call it as angle. And angles we will measure in terms of degrees and radians. Radians is the SI unit, and we will write in short form rad, R-A-D, rad, like this. And degrees we will indicate like this, power 0. Something, for example, some x is there. X degrees means x power 0. Yes, you know these all points. Clear, students? Yes, important point, these two. Okay. Now, there is one relation between degrees and radians, Nana. The relation is, let us suppose this rotating vector OP, it has made one complete rotation. It has came back to same x-axis again. That how much angle it has rotated? 360 degrees. Okay. Or let us imagine it has came to this line. From here, it came to this point like this. Then how much angle it has rotated? 180 degrees. Okay. And this 180 degrees is equal to pi radians. Radians we will indicate with letter power C. Okay. If you will write on its power degree 0, it will be degree. If I write C, it will be called as radian. Sometimes we will not write also. Are you getting? This is degree, this is radian, Nana. This is radian. Clear? Yes. See, this pi value is, you know, 22/7. It is a number, pure number. If you calculate this 22/7 number, you will get around 3.14. Yes. Fix this number. Remember this value. Pi value is 3.14. Or you can keep 22/7. Okay, yeah. So 180 degrees is equal to pi radian. Then what will be 1 degree? See, sometimes we need to convert the value from degree to radian, and sometimes we need to convert the value from radian to degree. Yes, how to convert it? Okay, I am going to rub this one. I think so you understand these points clearly. Shall I rub this one now? I'm waiting for your response. Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, now how to convert degrees into radian and radians into degree? Yes. See students, 180 degrees is equal to pi radians, I told you. Then what will be 1 degree value? 1 degree value is pi divided by 180. If you send this 180 this side, here 1 degree will be there. 1 into 180 is 180 degrees. Okay, yes, pi by 180. So conversion of degrees to radian. This is degrees to radian. Remember. And 1 radian is equal to, if you send this pi this side, you will get 1 here. 3 is in radians. 1 radian is equal to 180 by pi degrees. 180 degrees divided by pi, if you do, you get 1 radian. This is, you need to use to convert radians into degrees. Okay, students? Clear? Yes. So, for suppose, if I give you one number, can you solve? Let us see. I am giving you one question. Convert 30 degrees into radians. Can you convert? Yes, convert it. First, send me answer first. Quick. I want the 30 degree value in terms of radians. What will be that value? Yeah. So I am having 30 degrees. 30 degrees can be written as 30 into 1 degree is equal to how much, Rana? Pi by 180. Yes. Pi divided by 180. Are you getting? Now it has converted into radians. See, 1 0 1 0 cancel. 3 1 3 6 yes. It is pi by 6 radians. Did you got, students? Clear? Yes. We need to convert like this. For example, convert one more point, one more thing. Convert 210 degrees into radians. Can you convert? Yes, you can. Convert it. 210 degrees I am having. That I want in radians. 210 degrees can be written as 210 into 1 degree, how much, Nana? Pi by 180. Yes. Pi divided by 180. Is it clear? Yeah. Now 0 0 first cancel. Now 21 in numerator, 18 in denominator. You can cancel these two things by 3. Clear? Yes. 3 7 ja 21, 3 6 ja 18. Yes, good, Bhumika, good. It is 7 pi by 6 radians. It is 210 degrees. I think you got a clear idea. Okay? Yeah. After this class, I will send you 1 or 2 questions to do homework. I'll take a screenshot of that one and send in WhatsApp group. You solve it. Got it? Okay, good. Nayana, Bhumika, and one more who has sent. Tushar, good, Nana. Good, very good. Okay, yeah. This is how we need to convert the degrees into radians. So now let us see how to convert radians into degrees. Yes. How to convert radians into degrees. Yes. Now, for example, you take, there are pi by 3 radians is there. Convert it into degrees. Can you convert it? Yes, 60 degrees. Good, good, good. Tarun, good. Good, very good. Pi by 3 radians can be written as pi by 3 into, I want in degrees. 1 radian is equal to how much? 180 by pi. Yes, pi cancel. 3 ones are 3 6 are 18. One more 0 is there. Yes, it is 60 degrees. Yes, pi by 3 is nothing but 60 degrees. Got it, students? Good. Swati, very good, Nana. Who has sent? Tarun, Swati. Good. Okay. I'll give one more. Convert 5 pi by 6 into degrees. Yes, convert it. Now convert 5 pi by 6. It is in radians. You convert it into degrees. Can you? Yes. 5 pi by 6 is can be written as, it is in radians. 150, Tushar, good. 5 pi by 6 into 1 radian value. 1 radian is 180 by pi. Yes. 180 divided by pi. Clear? Yes. So now pi cancel. Yes. 6 ones are 6 threes are 18. 0 is there. 6 30s are 180. Yes. 5 into 30 is 150 degrees. Yes. 5 pi by 6 is nothing but 150. Good, students. Very good. Good, Vaishnavi. Very good. Yes, you are doing good. Okay. Yeah. So this is how we can convert degrees into radians and radians into degrees. Okay, sir. Everything is fine. We have understood how to convert it. Okay, fine. But what is radians, sir? Radian means what? Degrees means we know. Means degrees means how much angle it has rotated. But what about radian? Radian is nothing but, see, for example, yeah, I'll take one example. See, for example, this is x-axis, okay, and this is the origin. Let us suppose a y-axis, and this is the origin. Okay. Now let us suppose one rotating vector is there. It has rotated like this from here. It has rotated by some angle. You can say this is what, Nana? This is what, Nana? It is arc. Do you know? Yes. Clear? Let us suppose this arc is having length L. Okay. Now, if you complete it, it will become one circle. Yes or no? Yes. And this circle will have a radius. This is R. This is also R. And this is theta now. Okay. Yes. 1 radian is the angle subtended at the rotating vector when the length of this arc length is there, no? If this length of the arc is equal to radius of this rotating vector, then the angle subtended at this rotating vector by this rotating vector is called as 1 radian. That means if L is equal to R, then theta will be called as radian. That is the meaning. if the length of the arc is equal to radius of the rotating vector, this rotating vector is making some radius, with this radius it is rotating. Now let us suppose this rotating vector has rotated by some angle. Okay, means this much distance it has rotated. This length is, if this length is equal to radius, then the angle subtended by this rotating vector is called as radian. That's it. And definition is not important. What is, students? And one more important relation you need to remember, students, always you remember this. I'll give you proof later. Okay, that is L is always is equal to r theta, or theta can be written as L by r. These two values you need to remember. How we will get this, I'll give you later. Okay, angle theta can be written as length of the arc divided by radius. Clear, students? If the length of the arc and radius both are equal, then this angle is called as radian. That's it. And 1 radian is equal to 180 by pi degrees, and 1 degree is equal to pi by 180. Relation between degrees and radians is 180 degrees is equal to pi radians. Then what will be 90 degrees? 90 degrees is equal to pi by 2 radians. Yes, you know this. Clear, students? Did you understand this point? Yes, good. Now, let's go to one more point. Now, let us see trigonometric ratios. Trigonometric ratios. Trigonometric ratios. Okay. Now, let us suppose here we are having one Cartesian coordinate plane, XY plane. This is the origin. Okay. Now, let us suppose one rotating vector is there, and this rotating vector has rotated by some angle. Let us suppose this much angle it has rotated. This is P, OP. Clear? Yes, this is a rotating vector. It is rotating like this. And one more point, yes. Students, these angles we have discussed not till now. Yes, this is angle theta we call. See, this angle theta, it can be positive, it can be negative also. Yes, you can get positive angles and negative angles also. Yes, theta can be positive or it can be negative also. Okay, when we have to take positive angles, if the rotating vector is rotating in this direction, what is this direction? Anti-clockwise sense. Which direction it is? Anti-clockwise direction. Then theta should be taken as positive. Okay, that means if the rotation is in anti-clockwise direction, then we should measure that angles as positive angles. Remember this point, very important. Yes. So from this fixed line, if this duster is rotating like this, how it is rotating? In anti-clockwise sense. Clockwise sense means like this. It is rotating in anti-clockwise sense. So this angle we should take it as positive. If this P is rotating in this direction, means it is in clockwise sense, then we should take theta angle as negative. Remember this point. For theta, we should take negative when the rotating vector is rotating in clockwise sense, clockwise direction. Clear? Yes. These are the one more important point you need to remember. When we have to take theta as positive and when we have to take theta as negative. When anything it is, if it is rotating in anti-clockwise sense, then angle subtended at the origin should be taken as positive, and if it is rotating in clockwise sense, then angle subtended at the origin should be taken as negative. Clear? Yes. Now, let us imagine one rotating vector OP is rotating in anti-clockwise sense. Let us suppose one rotating vector is rotating in anti-clockwise sense like this. Let us suppose. Arrow mark I am showing. Okay. And so that it can make some angle theta at the origin. Okay. Now, you draw a perpendicular from this point P. From this point P, draw one perpendicular to x-axis. Let us call this point as M. Okay, and similarly, you drop one more perpendicular to y-axis. Let us call this as N. Okay, students? Yes. Okay. Now, see, we are having one right angle triangle OMP. Yes, here 90 degrees. This is how much, Nana? It is 90 degrees. Right angle triangle we are having. Clear, students? Yes. See in this right angle triangle. In this right angle triangle OMP, M angle is 90 degrees and angle POM is theta. Clear? Now, we can define sin theta like this. Sin theta is nothing but opposite side divided by hypotenuse. Okay, yes. So sine of angle theta, opposite side for which? For angle theta. Yes, this is angle theta. For this angle, opposite side is this one, that is PM, by hypotenuse is this one, OP. Okay, remember this. Already you know this. You are having very clear idea on this. And cos theta we will define as adjacent side upon hypotenuse. Yes, cos theta. For angle theta, adjacent side is OM. Okay, OM divided by hypotenuse is OP. Yes, you are sending A by H. Okay, your wish. Okay, however you want to read it. Okay, yes. And one more important trigonometric ratio is tan theta. Yes, tan theta is defined like this: opposite side divided by adjacent side. Tan theta is nothing but opposite side is PM and adjacent side is OM. Yes, these three you need to remember. What is sin theta, what is cos theta, and what is tan theta. So these are defined for right angle triangle only, remember. Okay, trigonometric ratios. And we are having three more trigonometric ratios also. They are, I'll write here one by one. Cosec theta. Cosec theta. How to read it? Cosec theta. Cosecant theta you can say. This cosec theta is nothing but 1 by reciprocal of sin theta. What is sin theta? Sin theta is nothing but opposite side by hypotenuse. Reciprocally take hypotenuse divided by opposite side. That's it. And one more thing, there is sec theta. You can read it as secant theta. Then this will be equal to reciprocal of cos theta. Nana. Cosec theta is equal to reciprocal of cos theta. Cos theta is adjacent side by hypotenuse. Adjacent side by hypotenuse. Reverse of that, hypotenuse by adjacent side. Hypotenuse divided by adjacent side. Clear? And one more, last one is cot theta. Yes. Cot theta is opposite to tan theta. Means reciprocal of tan theta. 1 by tan theta we can write. 1 by tan theta. Tan theta is opposite side by adjacent side. Then cot theta will be opposite, means reciprocal to that. That is adjacent side by opposite side. Adjacent side by opposite side. Clear? Yes. These three you need to remember. This mainly sine, cos, tan. After that, these reciprocals also you need to remember. Cosec theta means 1 by sin theta. Secant theta means 1 by cos theta. And cot theta means tan theta. Yes, this is you remember. Cot means tan. Now, see, sometimes students they will get confused. Cosec means you will get 1 by cos. No, wrong. See, when C come, you should get S. When S comes, you should get C. Remember like that. Okay. Cosecant theta is 1 upon sin theta. And secant theta is 1 upon cos theta. Some students, by confusion, they'll write like this. Cosecant theta is equal to 1 by cos theta, they'll write. It is wrong. Both C should not be there. Like, remember like that. Okay. Yes, this, we need to add this one. Clear, students? Yes. And now, thereafter, we need to get the angles of these trigonometric ratios for fixed angles. 0 degrees, how much value for sine, cos and tan, cosecant, secant and cot also. So 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees, 90 degrees. These are the main values. We need to remember this. You should remember. I'll give you one table for that. Okay. And that I'll give you in next class, because once if I'll start, it will take more than 15 minutes. Minimum 15 minutes it will take, and time is not sufficient to start that point. Okay. I'll start that one in next class, and I'll send some conversions, convert degrees into radians, some conversions as homework for you. You solve them. Okay, na? I hope you understand today's class very clearly, and this will go like this. And one more thing, Nana, note down each and every point. Each and every point you note down. It will be useful for you at any time. Okay, and need students, you need to be very careful. See, every year one question in your NEET paper they are asking from this topic, basic mathematics used in physics. What are the 6 topics I told you? Know, from all these 6 topics, any one question definitely they'll ask. So it is important for competitive exams also. In physics they are asking. However, in NEET, mathematics will not be there, no? So that's why in physics they are asking one problem from this point. Means not from trigonometry, from all basic mathematics used in physics. Okay? So it is important. Okay? Read it. Okay? Bye.